60th crossing for one avid tracker. Honours students to present findings in India. ABG President calls for holistic development.
This is National EMTV News with Mary Bartolo.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Saturday's news. The Kokoda Trail is one of the world's greatest treks. The first female guide on Kokoda, Pam Christie, made her 60th crossing of the Kokoda Trail today with youths from the Australian Victoria Youth Programme. Originally from New Zealand, Pam has lived in Papua New Guinea for 26 years and has been promoting the entire region of PNG as a tourist destination for trekking. Deborah Pranis reports.
The Kokoda Trail runs 96 kilometers overland from Papua New Guinea's northern province to the central province. The trail marks one of the most significant battles fought by the Australians in World War II. It is also one of the world's greatest treks. This is the amazing story of a Kiwi lady. She's the first female guide on Kokoda. Apart from being the first female guide, today marks her 60th walk across Kokoda. Trekking the Kokoda Trek is one of the most challenging experiences physically and emotionally. For Pam Christie, today marks her 60th crossing of the Kokoda Trail. Since 2002, Pam has been promoting the entire region of Papua New Guinea as a tourist destination for trekking, operating through PNG Trekking Adventures.
It's famous for Papua New Guinea and Australia because of the World War II history. But not only that, it's just sensationally beautiful. The Koiari people along the track are some of the most wonderful people that I've ever met in the world. We could not do this without them.
Pam was accompanied on a 7-day journey with 30 Australian youths from the Victoria Police Youth Programme.
I'm from Victoria Police in Australia, and I've had the privilege to walk the track on 5 different occasions, and we do this to enable the young people to see that life isn't easy sometimes, and maybe they should reflect back on what they have at home to actually understand that they can come out here, appreciate the simple things in life.
Some of the youths describe the journey as a life-changing experience.
My name's Wade Smart and I'm from Victoria in Geelong. You think them hills, if they're hard, like you go back to school and you go, if that was hard, so I worked hard to get up them hills. In school, if I work hard, I'll get somewhere in life, you know what I mean? If you don't try hard on the hills, you won't get anywhere.
Deborah Pranis, National EMTV News.
In the wake of Papua New Guinea's 41st independence anniversary, 2 science honours students aim to make PNG proud at an international event. Dilian Nason and Zarina Susuke will be attending the Students' Conference on Conservation Science in Bangalore, India. EMTV caught up with them today.
Zarina and Dilian will be leaving on Monday for the conference, which will run from the 21st to the 24th of this month. That conference is the only scientific conference for students who work in the field of conservation. While being honour students in their respective universities, they also work as interns with the PNG Institute of Biological Research based in Goroka. Under PNG IBR, they are able to conduct fieldwork on their theses. Both of their presentations will be based on ongoing research. Zarina's on cassowary is found in the highlands of PNG.
Southern cassowary and the northern cassowary are listed as vulnerable in the IUCN Red List, and dwarf cassowary is the least concerned. But that was the study made in 2005, and till then we haven't made any studies yet, so we don't know right now the abundance of cassowary in our forest today. But we see everywhere people carrying cassowary feathers for villas during festival days.
And Dilians on frog species found on Mount Michael in the Eastern Highlands province.
Because they are more sensitive to temperature, and I'm just seeing if temperature change affects their distribution. So from literature, it is known that at lower elevations there are more the biodiversity is more, meaning there's more animals there than at the higher elevation. From my studies, I've found that it's the total opposite around.
Getting a space at the conference required a lot of hard work as they were competing for limited space with PhD and master students from the Asia Pacific region. Zarina and Dillian have big shoes to fill as fellow Papua New Guinean, former Miss PNG Grace Nugi, attended last year and was awarded the best presentation at the conference.
She raised the bar very high, and it's up to Dillian and I to maintain that standard, to leave that bar there, so other female students or other biologists or other researchers that will go in the conference in the next near future or something, they will maintain it there. Because for a small country like PNG with diverse biodiversity, and we need to conserve, and if our government is not helping us, that's the only way that we can tell the international community that we are doing this, and they can continue to fund us. Because right now at IBR, we are being funded by outside agencies and not the government.
We'll be presenting with pride, and it gives me the confidence that one of my fellow Papua New Guinean did it, and it shows to the world too that there's a country that exists and it's called PNG, and we do have everything, and we deserve to at least have our names on the map, especially with conservation.
Sarah Aupong, National EMTV News.
President of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, Dr. John Momis, delivered a message highlighting the need for Papua New Guinea to practice holistic development in order to strengthen our state of independence. The President spoke about promoting holistic development for individual citizens, provincial autonomy, sovereignty and self-reliance, and the Papua New Guinean way as the best way forward. Melissa Goviro reports.
The President began by saying that the government's primary focus should be on the wholesome and equal development of individual citizens. In that regard, he stressed on the need for provincial governments to be allowed a degree of autonomy in the development of their respective provinces.
True decentralization means giving certain measure of autonomy to provincial governments, for the leaders in the provinces to make decisions about their services, about their goals, about the kind of society they want to build, of course within the context of the nation.
Furthermore, Momis believed that our country should take pride in our independence by maintaining sovereignty and self-reliance in the development of our nation, to avoid relying too heavily on other countries for assistance.
We must not embark on something that reduces our self-reliance. We must do things that protect self-reliance and sovereignty of Papua New Guinea.
As important as development was for our nation to strengthen independence, however, the President reminded the government to be mindful of our environment and natural resources. He reflected on the Panguna mine as an example of permanent and irreversible damage to the environment, one that sparked a crisis that to this day casts a gloomy shadow over Bougainville.
In our zeal to exploit our resources, to promote mining projects, we must pursue these things within the parameters of good laws and policies to protect our environment.
Momis concluded saying that above all, PNG must preserve our cultural identity even as we embrace change. Melissa Goviro, National EMTV News.
You're watching National EMTV News. We'll have more independence celebration stories from around the country after the break. Don't go away. Welcome back to National EMTV News. The people of Numbo local level government in the Yanguru Sausia district celebrated Papua New Guinea's 41st Independence Day with pride and in style. Local MP Richard Maru joined the locals and also opened 4-in-1 classroom as well as an aid post.
People from Numbo LLG turned up in hundreds to celebrate the 41st independence. They were graced by the local MP, Richard Maru, who joined them for the celebrations.
Because Numbo got reason to celebrate. Numbo got reason to celebrate.
After 40 years of independence, and the Numbo people have doubled their reasons to celebrate. Numbo LLG in the last years has seen tremendous changes in their LLG, starting with roads to classrooms and 8 posts.
Lord, this year, as we celebrate the 41st year of our independence, we are talking Numbo people. By the end of this year, all the road, Numbo, all the place connected by road for the first time in our history. And Numbo, you will never be the same again. Thank you.
Despite the rain and mud, the people turned up to celebrate as well as witness the opening of Hamburger Primary School's 4-in-1 classroom and Hamburger 8 post. Florence John Duo, National EMTV News.
Holy Cross Nissen High School in the autonomous region of Bougainville celebrated its Silver Jubilee this week. While the country marked 41 years as an independent nation, the high school has achieved 25 years of quality education. Fabian Hakalitz filed this report from Nissen Island.
Now, here at Holy Cross High School on Nissen Island, autonomous region of Bougainville, the cross behind me was erected to mark the school's 25 years of Silver Jubilee since its establishment in 1991. Holy Cross High School was established during the height of the Bougainville conflict because of the need to provide education for the children. Head teacher Alfred Sagala thanked the people of Nissen and stakeholders for allowing education services on the island.
But this celebration really marks our achievement so far. It is a very new school. It's a young school. It's only 25 years, and we still have a lot to do and a long way to go to make this school a better school in the region.
Students were also proud celebrating the Silver Jubilee, describing it as a memorable event.
And it is a great happiness for all of us here in Nissen Island, especially teachers and students here in Nissen Holy Cross High School, to celebrate this big Silver Jubilee.
George Mobin is the longest serving teacher of Holy Cross High School since 1991. For Mr. Mobin, it's a dual celebration, 25 years for the school and also himself for teaching since the school's establishment in 1991. And he is well versed with the history of the school.
It was not that easy. It was quite difficult because our lessons did not resume at the normal times. We normally studied our lessons roughly about after 10 a.m. And the reason for that was because quite a number of our students were living back in the villages, and we had to pick them up first thing in the morning. I think it was thoughtful of the administration to give us a school truck.
In Nissen Island, autonomous region of Bougainville, Fabian Hakalitz, National EMTV News.
The people of Nissen Island in the autonomous region of Bougainville face many challenges similar to others in rural Papua New Guinea. After 41 years of independence, life is still a struggle with the kind of transport system they have. Many take the risk of traveling via outboard motor to Buka to access better services.
In Nissen Island, there was no independence celebration like the rest of the country. However, it was normal routine for most of the islanders, some wishing each other happy independence, while some wore clothing and something to mark this historical day. With Nissen Island only accessed by mode of sea transport, it's a risky and dangerous business traveling by sea, which takes around 2 to 3 hours. In this 41st independence, all they need is a good transport system.
We used to have boats going to places where they are not supposed to be. Some pregnant mothers, when they go by boat, they used to face many problems.
For educationists on the island, today is about changing mindset.
The independence celebration should be a time for us to thank God for all the gifts that we have received, and also for us to have a change in our mindset so that we can do something good for our country. Not for us to always wait for the country to do something for us, but we must continue to do something for ourselves. And when we do it for ourselves, we do it for our country.
For individuals to strive for success and to ensure that they achieve what goals they have in life.
In Nissan Island, Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News.
People from the Salt Nomane Karimui district of Simbu province were a big part of independence celebrations in Kundiawa. The recently opened road from Kundiawa to Karimui via Gumini was the main focus of the celebrations as people travelled in from the remote district to participate in activities staged at Kundiawa's Dixon Oval. The road connection with Karimui now links Simbu province together, and Governor Noah Cool hopes it will make Simbu province an agricultural hub. Prior to the road, Karimui was only accessible via plane or on foot. Governor Cool's independence message to the people of Simbu was to always have pride for the province and to work hard in developing Simbu province. You're watching National EMTV News. Trukai Sports is next. PNG Prime Minister's 13 recruit David Mead in doubt for the match against Australia. We'll have the details when we come back.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Kumul's captain David Mead has revealed that he may be forced to miss next weekend's clash with the Australian Prime Minister's 13 in Port Moresby due to a finger injury that may require surgery. The Australians have named a strong team captained by Greg Inglis, while PNG has named Mead and fellow NRL stars Nene McDonald, Ray Thompson, Bulldogs bound Reece Martin and Justin Olam from the Storms. The PNG side also boasts a number of hunters. The extent of Mead's injury will be determined by the team doctor.
Mead captained the Kumuls for the first time in their morale-boosting win over Fiji during the representative round earlier this year, but says his place in the team for the game next Saturday at the National Football Stadium will be determined by a visit to the doctors on Monday. The 27-year-old suffered ligament damage to a finger in the 18-all draw with the Sharks in round 21 and will know on Monday whether he can make the trip to PNG later in the week. On the back of the Kumuls' win over Fiji and ahead of hosting 3 games of the 2017 Rugby League World Cup next year, excitement in PNG will reach new heights when the PM's 13 team arrives late next week. Kangaroos coach Mal Meninga is himself someone who is idolized by the people of PNG. Mead says that with the squad he has named, the NRL players who have not experienced rugby league in PNG are in for something special. 10 members of the starting 13, named by Meninga, have played either Test or Origin football, but there are 2 players in particular who Mead believes will prove most popular amongst the locals. Lige Levet, National EMTV Sports.
To the National Volleyball Championships, and the men's and women's open divisions played their semi-finals today, while the grand finals will sum up the 42nd championships tomorrow. The NCD teams have dominated competition yet again. Dineros Raiko with more.
In the women's semi-finals, NCDVA Women's Team 1 secured themselves a grand final spot after defeating Team Huengulf 4-1. Fairfax Team 1 managed to displace NCDVA Team 2 from a final spot after defeating them 3-2. And in the men's, Tatana did not stand a chance as stronger team, the Vavas, thrashed them 2-0. Still vying for a grand final spot are Hula and again NCDVA Team 1. The winner will meet the Vabukori side in the grand final tomorrow. Dineros Raiko, National EMTV Sports.
And then in Trukai Sports, we'll have for you the weather details for the next 24 hours after the break.
Trukai Sports. True Kai Sports.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
Here's a look at the weather for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Cloudy in Port Moresby, a shower or two in Daru and Kerma, as well as in Popondetta. Rain and showers expected in Alotau. To the Momasa region, cloudy in Ley, rain in Wau, a shower or two in Madang, cloudy in Wewak and Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands region, cloudy and showers expected in Lorengau, Kavieng and Buka. Brief showers in Kokopo and Rabaul, cloudy with some rain in Kimbe. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, cloudy with some showers, the same for Mendi and Wabeg, and cloudy weather over the next 24 hours in Goroka and Kondiawa.
The weather details are proudly brought to you by Dulux Weather Shield. Worth doing with Dulux.
And that ends today's news for Saturday, the 17th of September 2016. On behalf of the EMTV News team, present viewing, good night.